and our journey continues. This is the episode 2 of our Viking Rhine River Cruise.
Making wine here in this region, even in their sort of courtyard, you might be able to see some vineyards and the large arches so that tractors and trailers could pass through with all laden with
This is the view of the town of Rudesheim from Marksburg Castle. Built in 13th century, this magnificent structure has strong fortifications. Therefore, it was never captured by the enemies. This is the east side view of the Rhine River from the Marksburg Castle. This is the herb garden with 150 different plant species that were cultivated and used in the Middle Ages. This is the view of the castle from the outside. These cannons, built in 1589, were placed facing the Rhine River to defend from the enemy's attack. The castle's kitchen can be reached via the cellar stairs. It was quite impressive to see how the kitchen looks like during the medieval times. The room basically takes up the entire floor of the Gothic Hall building. I'm just wondering how many people were being served during those times. There's quite a lot of, kitchen utensils that can be found in this area. Marksburg Castle is one of the principal sites of the UNESCO World Heritage. The fortress was used for protection rather than as a residence for royal families. The castle chapel is located in the chapel tower from 1372, and it is the most elaborately designed room in the castle. The armory, one of the highlights of the tour, with the gimbal collection, a compilation of 14 life-size armored warriors from the ancient times. The castle carries a collection of torture and punitive instruments to display about how torture and punishment were done in the Middle Ages and early modern times. These are the Viking coaches that are used during our tour.
The Rhine combines everything. Winding as the Seine, historic as the Tiber, royal as the Danube, covered with phantoms and fables like a river of Asia. But unlike rivers of any other region, the Rhine is studded with dozens of medieval castles, making it a showplace of antiquity.
I consider myself very lucky to be able to afford this cruise. It's a dream come true for me and my husband. So this is kind of a reward to ourselves after all the years of working hard for the family. I might not be able to cruise this river again, but I think it's all worth it. The views are stunningly beautiful and amazing. Those who live here are blessed to have this place to themselves. You will never get tired of the sights to see in the UNESCO World Heritage Site of the Middle Rhine. You will be in awe at how they were able to preserve the old centuries castles, all of which have different stories to tell. Rheinfels Castle is a castle ruin located above the left bank of the Rhine in St. Gord, Germany. Castle is a castle above the German town of St. Gorshausen, and it stands on a ledge looking downstream from the riverside at St. Gor.
And the taxes which the lords of the castle gathered from Rhine traffic made them one of the richest and most powerful families along the Rhine. The castle remained in possession of the family until it was destroyed by the troops of Louis XIV.
Up next is the Guttenfels Castle, also known as Kobe Castle. It sits 110 meters above the town of Kobe in Rhineland-Palatinate, Germany. Along the way, we saw construction work going on and noticed that they use a helicopter to deliver the materials on site. Of all the castles along the Rhine, this one is the hardest to pronounce. Built on a small island in the middle of the river, this castle served as a toll house in the past.
For you to be aware, we have 3 super castles that will be coming up on our right-hand side. The first of which, if you're looking into the distance, you might already be able to spot the tower of, is Castle Scenic. And then following that will be Castle Reichenstein and Castle Rheinstein. Now, at around about 4:15, 4:30, we will be exiting
the Middle Rhine Gorge, and you will see, and you've already noticed, I'm sure, that the river is widening, the hills are opening up, and you will see as we exit on our right the Mouse Tower and the ruins of Ehrenfeld's Castle. So I will try my best to point them out as we're passing by.
In the late afternoon, our ship Viking Rhine docked at Rudesheim, Germany, the center of winemaking in the Rheingau region. With its cobblestone street lined with taverns, visitors get into the local spirit of wine and song. According to Viking's itinerary, Heidelberg, Germany is the oldest university town. It is situated in the Neckar Valley, just east of the Rhine. Known as the cradle of the German Romantic movement, it also boasts beautiful Baroque architecture, and it's most famous as the site of the imposing Heidelberg Castle, a magnificent red sandstone ruin perched 330 feet above the river. It was home to the Palatinate princes until it was partially destroyed by fire in the 17th century. It has been said that Heidelberg's cityscape is so beautiful and so admired that American forces deliberately chose to avoid bombing it during World War II. Speyer, Germany, a quiet German town that lies on the west bank of the Rhine. The city features a Romanesque imperial cathedral, burial place of 8 emperors, including some of the most famous Holy Roman emperors. Speyer was once a major Celtic center that traded hands several times between the Romans and the Huns.